Okay, it's 4 o'clock on, oh, hang on. Okay, okay. It is 4 o'clock and we're going to delay starting the Douglas County Board of County Commissioners special meeting for June 26, 2023 for a few minutes until Commissioner Noasad is connecting via Zoom.
Yeah, Eva, what's going on?
That's okay. Okay, so we can get started now. So at this time then, I call to order the Douglas County Board of County Commissioners special meeting for June 26, 2023, and indicate that Commissioner Charlotte Hales is out of state right now, and Commissioner Wes Rice is not available as well. So anyways, with that, we have Commissioner Tarkanian and Commissioner Noah Sad that are online, and I'm here in chambers. So ask you to all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I've asked our Deputy DA, Cynthia Gregory, to lead us in that today. Thank you.
Join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance
allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Even though this is a special meeting, we still are required by NRS to take public comment both twice. So we will be taking public comment at the beginning and at the end again. So public comment is limited to 3 minutes per speaker unless additional time is granted by the board chairperson. The Board of Commissioners uses timing lights to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to speak. You will see a green light when you begin and then a yellow light, which indicates that you will have 30 seconds left and should conclude your comments. Once the light turns red, we ask you to please sit down. In addition to opening public comment will also be taken on administrative agenda items, of which we have one today, that are identified for possible action, and again at closing public comment. If you plan to speak on a specific agenda item that is on the agenda and identified for possible action, then please provide your public comment when that agenda item is heard. At this time, public comment will be taken on those items that are within the jurisdiction and control of the Board of Commissioners. We ask you to please approach the podium, print your name, speak your name, and I will begin the timing light when you start.
Good afternoon, Ellie Waller. The new Lake Tahoe Stewardship Sustainability Plan was just released. Many of these partners are tourism-based, and where is the real sustainability? We need to establish capacity for the various recreational activities like beaches, ski hills, vacation home rentals, rather than just promoting more and more funding strategies without an end in sight. Douglas County has not been invited to the table, or we decided not to join. I'm not sure. It appears to me that they want to tax property owners, businesses, etc. Once again, we have to pay for tourism, which I find absolutely ridiculous. They want us to buy locally, but now the businesses will be taxed further, which will be through upcharging. Along with proposed districts that we will require legislation for many of these preposterous ideas. Example, Tourism Improvement District. The fastest growing revenue model for destinations worldwide is a Tourism Improvement District, TID. A TID is based on the business improvement model and is funded through a levy of assessments. A TID is a stable funding mechanism for destinations to fund activities improvements by imposing an assessment on businesses with a specified geographic boundary. They choose not to call this a tax, my opinion. Funds raised through a small assessment on lodging, dining, shopping, and more to be used to provide services that directly benefit those businesses. They neglect to tell you California decided that the business has to pay the tax on the TID income, and locals also contribute to that assessment when you are purchasing goods. I call it a tax. Check it out for yourself. Next time you go to Placer County, look at your dining bill. There's another line on there with a few pennies at a time. And then there's the administration of the funding. 2 stages of governance model options are proposed. The first being a fiscal agent to manage funds on behalf of all members of the Destination Stewardship Council. We need that definition soon as well. The council could establish a cooperative funding model with tiered levels of membership commitments for existing organizations. The payment tiers should be based on defining factors such as participation level, population, budget, visitation numbers. Once the future Destination Stewardship Council builds the capacity, really, are we serious? I have 7 pages total, 2 of my comment, and these defined different taxes, assessments, whatever. So I'm hoping Douglas County has time to start paying attention to this new issue. Thank you.
Additional public comment?
Elizabeth Learnhardt from Zephyr Cove. Good afternoon. My comment is regarding the access to this commissioners' meetings. My comment today is regarding decision of this board to make access to the meetings more difficult, particularly for the residents to Lake Tahoe District. Before COVID, the location alternated between Minden Courthouse and the Visitor Center up at the lake in State Line. During COVID, it was mandated to have remote Zoom access, including comments. The board decided to cancel the rental contract with TDVA, saving the annual cost of $150,000 to the county. Since the epidemic was declared over in January 23, Zoom capability was terminated in May of this year, but the service to the lake residents was not restored. This creates unequal access for people up at the lake. And I'm aware that the fact that some residents use their comments in a disruptive manner cannot result in the rest of the community losing their voice, particularly since this meeting deals with the issue to raising the taxes up at the lake. Please consider restoring the lake meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional public comment? There's no additional public comment? Okay, we'll bring it back to the board. I'll address that question, Ms. Learnhardt. Number one, all we've done by eliminating the Zoom is gone back to pre-COVID protocol. Okay, so that's an important thing to understand. I also, you indicate that it is unequal access for the lake residents. However, I live in Topaz Ranch Estates. Topaz Ranch Estates is 30 to 35 minutes from this location. From this location to our previous location at the Tahoe Transportation System is also 35 minutes. This location provides equal access to all of our residents, and that's why I voted, along with the fellow commissioners, to change the meeting places to this only, because that was an undue burden to expect our residents that live in other areas of the county to go to Lake Tahoe. So that's why we moved the meetings to the town center here. So just want to let you know that. So I appreciate what you say, but this facility does provide equal access for all of county residents. So thank you. Okay. Public comment is closed, and so we'll go to the approval of the agenda, and I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as proposed.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as proposed.
Second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Tarkanian, seconded by Commissioner Noasad to approve the proposed agenda as presented. Sensing no further comment, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, the motion passes 3-0 with 2 commissioners absent. We'll now go to the administrative agenda and go to item number 1, our only item today. Okay, for possible action, discussion on Resolution 2023-R-042, levying the tax rates for all political entities within Douglas County for fiscal year 2023-24 pursuant to NRS 361.040, being presented by our clerk treasurer, Amy Bergens. This is an action item, so we will take public comment after we hear the presentation. And any questions that the commissioners may have.
Thank you,
Ms.
Chairman
Perkins.
Gardner.
This agenda item is to levy the tax rates. This is an annual resolution that includes all of the tax rates that are approved by each taxing entity within Douglas County when they approve their budgets. Pursuant to NRS 361.460, immediately after the Nevada Tax Commission shall certify the combined tax rate, the Board of County Commissioners shall by resolution proceed to levy the tax rates. The state Nevada Tax Commission certified these rates this morning. Please note that I am requesting that you approve the revised tax rates and resolution that were submitted as supplemental materials this morning. Copies of these documents have been provided to the board members, the public, and the clerk. The previous information submitted in the agenda was the preliminary or tentative budget rates. However, these were revised at the end of last week and provided to our office by the state. The action I am requesting of the commissioners today is to approve Resolution 2023R-042, which allows the Treasurer's Office to collect the approved tax rate from property owners within Douglas County by sending out their property tax bills. Attached as supplemental is a copy of the resolution showing the approved tax rates for each political subdivision within Douglas County, a chart showing the increase or decrease from last fiscal year, and in your agenda packet is a graph showing the detailed breakdown of the Douglas County tax rates. So with that, are there any questions from the board?
I had a question about the large increase for Zephyr Heights. Obviously, it's the one that stands out. Is there some reasoning why?
Commissioner Tarkanian. So if you were able to see the supplemental that was provided today,
Yes.
the Zephyr Heights increase is no longer in effect. They did not increase, so the 0.2798 from last year is going to be the approved tax rate moving forward this year. So that has been changed based on the final budget that they submitted to the state.
Okay. And then this isn't really dealing directly with the changes or anything, but it looks like Topaz Ranch's tax rates, one of the higher for the GIDs, and they're the ones that have the least money to pay for the roads. Is there some reason for that?
I can't answer that as far as how they spend their money, but that you are correct. Their total property tax rate is 3.66, which is the cap for any individual entity.
That's all I had.
Thank you. Commissioner Nosat?
No comment.
Okay. Okay, so the Zephyr Heights, as I'm looking at this chart, the Zephyr Heights is, Mr. Tarkanian, was 2.798 in 22-23 and is also 0.2798 in 23-24. Okay. As usual, though, I would indicate, and we noticed this last year also, is that it seems like the only ones that are going up are the ones at Lake Tahoe, right?
Hey,
I would also comment that these tax rates are not set by this county. They are set individually by each district. They are part of their budget process, and they submit those to us and to the state. These are not set by Douglas County. They're the only thing that the commissioners are doing today is approving for my office, the treasurer's office, to bill these rates.
And as long as Commissioner Tarkanian mentioned it, Topaz Ranch Estates does have I guess, almost the highest, if not the highest. But unfortunately, that property out there is not, even though we're at the maximum tax rate, it's also the lowest property tax or assessments in the county. So they're on a double-edged sword there and can't really do much about it because of the property. So anyways, I don't have any other questions. So at this time, then we need to go to public comment on this. So unless you have nothing else to present, right? So
I have nothing additional at this
Okay.
time.
So at this time, then, public comment is open on this item. Is there any public comment here in chambers on the property tax rates or Resolution 2023R-042? I don't see any public comment, so at this time, we'll bring it back to the board, and I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2023-R-042.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Commissioner
second.
Novosad, seconded by Commissioner Tarkanian to approve Resolution 2023-R-042, levying the tax rates for all political entities within Douglas County for fiscal year 23-24 pursuant to NRS 361.460. Sensing no further comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0 to 0, right? Two absences. 3 approval, 2 absences. Okay. We're done with that? Okay. That's the only item we have today, so we will at this time then go to closing public comment. Closing public comment will be taken on those items that are within the jurisdiction and control of the Board of Commissioners or those agenda items where public comment has not already been taken. That's a standard line. I understand we have one item and we've already discussed it, so.
Good afternoon. To have a short meeting, Ellie Waller for the record. On June 28th, I will be attending the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency Governing Board meeting. I'm involved in lots of area issues because I look at how they might influence future changes to Douglas County code. Of interest is Incline Village Tahoe area plan. They're asking for extraordinary amendments in a special area where TRPA doesn't presently have ordinances, so it'll be an interesting meeting. I also turned in 9, maybe 10 comments to the board on other issues that I have found in their administrative ways that people find materials like past meetings. We do a much better job than TRPA does. So I just pointed out there was several years missing. And I do go back and look at history. Of those 10 comments, I think I will probably be forwarding to the next Board of Commissioners here some of the issues up in Tahoe that really need to be addressed. I know, again, we don't have a specific Tahoe staff assigned here like other jurisdictions because they're larger and do have more staff that can address issues. But I do want to make everybody aware when we don't participate at the level of committees, I think there could be future consequences. Thank you.
Additional public comment? No additional public comment? Wow, okay. So at this time, I would indicate that our next meeting will be at regular time, 10 a.m. here in Chambers on July the 6th. So with that, we have the 4th of July weekend coming up. And I would ask everybody to please stay safe, okay? And honor our country. So thank you. With that, the meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you, Commissioners Novosad and Tarkanian, for attending.
You're quite welcome.